Do I get throw giant bricks now too?
No, but you can keep throwing your bricks. Come,
I just wanted to hear the voice say that.
Okay. The way I'm doing this, by the way, is not just like holding my breath and doing it at the same time. I'm also pushing it on my throat. Come, Crux. Almost said Thrux.
Come, thrust. What?
Come, thrust into me. No. Come, Crux.
Oh my.
Take the chalice. In the next room, there are chests. Put the chalice into the left one. Obtain your reward from the right one. And leave. Go on and do what your calling is.
I take
Do
the chalice.
what you must. Alright. You have the chalice. It appears like there's blood in it, but when you try to pour it out, there's nothing. Caleb's still in the bathroom, so for the sake of brevity, we will assume that he just follows you guys. Welcome back.
There you go.
Voice told us how to get more magic-y shit.
You say the voice?
The voice.
Yes.
Oh, the voice.
You know, evil voice of doom. About how many rounds did it take us to get up here, would you say? Like 4, 5, 6?
If you have fast healing, you guys had enough time to heal up with the talking and the walking up, as well as a short rest, and as well as being able to rest up in this room. There is nothing in here to attack you.
Keep in mind, my fast healing only brings you up to half HP.
So anyone that needs healing, you are at half HP thanks to Gluglug's fast healing aura. Other than Azarug, who has his own natural fast healing, so you are back to full. That being said, you guys all walk into the room, and there is containers of random assortment of shit. Food, water, clothes. You would assume that this is some sort of, or was some sort of, storage room for maybe bandits or something of the such. But when you take a closer look, you realize this is most definitely where a bunch of goblins, kobolds, and so forth would have stored their raids, which only helps harbor the idea that you would have been slowly developing over time that this at one point was probably some kind of base and slash mining operation for the damn humans. And then they found a totem. Something happened to them. Monsters took it over. Something happened to the monsters. And the hordes themselves converted this into a trial where you come to meet a god that accepts them and gain their approval of becoming in charge of a horde. Which, speaking of which, for the approval, Crux, you go up to the left chest, you open it up, there is nothing in there.
I put the chalice in it.
You set the chalice down inside of the chest. You close the chest. There's a sound of what sounds like drinking and some darkness flowing out of the cracks of it. And you open up, and I will tell you in a minute, Kelb, what those were. You open up the chest on the right, and within is ceremonial bead necklace things and ceremonial headwear. You would assume that this deity must create them because there is a specific amount for all 5 of you. There is one that stands out above the others. And you know that this is the one for the avatar of this deity. To most humans, these things would look like some sort of war tribe, scary-ass fucking mask. But to you guys, this would be ceremonial. You would never wear something so flashy into combat.
I take mine and put it on. Then I'm gonna stand here and wait for everyone else. Grab yours, put it on.
What are we grabbing and putting on?
The stuff
Your
in the chest.
ceremonial stuff.
Brick puts it on over his armor.
What about you, skeleton man?
I'm waiting to make sure people don't like spontaneously combust when they put it on.
Kelb.
Yeah.
It is the armor is I guess you could say scorched, so to say, but you can tell it is a mithril half plate armor. So for AC, it's a +7. And for hardness, it is 15. With armor hit points equal to... Mithril says 35, base says 70, so I'm going to assume that means 105. You treat it as half weight. You treat it as medium armor instead of heavy armor. Increases the max dex bonus to +2. Reduces the armor check penalty by 3, but minimum 0. And reduces the arcane spell failure chance by 10% for being mithril. I don't remember... Oh, 40. So armor check penalty reduced by 3, so it's -4. And arcane spell failure is no longer 40, it is now 30. Should you desire to wear that armor.
Fuck it, I will wear the armor and hope I don't have to cast spells.
The sword was a great sword. Give me a brief moment.
It was a great sword, so now it's just kind of okay.
Damn. It is a great sword with... Just trying to find where the hell the thing is. Stupid thing. Alright. It is a great sword, which means it is a two-handed martial weapon. It is large to fit you and that creature and you as well. Its crit range is 19 through 20 times 2. Its type is slashing. Its hardness is 10. Its damage is 3d6, but it is it has a +5 to hit. It is also mithril, meaning its hardness is 15, and its HP is 30, and it weighs half weight. And it has an improved version of flaming, meaning it adds 2d6 fire on a successful hit. If you're curious, right? B +5? Yeah, +5. If you're curious, he was basically dealing 3d6 plus 15 damage plus 2d6 fire with a full round attack of +20, +15, +10 if he used the sword. Like I said, he couldn't do shit other than hurt. And he could hurt.
I will grab which ones I think would fit Skellington Man and bring them over to him.
Okay. You all get your ceremonial garb. It is clear which one is meant for Azarug because it is way bigger than the rest, and it is clear which one goes to Crux because it looks different. The other
Brick
three...
tries to wear Azarugs.
You just kind of fall into it, and Azarug can easily just pick it up off of you and put it on himself, with you just sitting there going, oh, but that one's mine. Nevertheless, even still, you all get your stuff, and you are now in a room. There is a single lever next to a bunch of stalactites and stalagmites and columns. The individuals that walk that way can peek through the slits and see a hallway and kind of get this realization of, hey, this is that way we couldn't go. Is Ohanzi hitting the switch?
He's examining it first.
It's a switch. It seems to have an arcane marking on it.
Hey, Brick, want to pull a magic lever?
Brick doesn't like levers very much. Brick does good with doors.
And I pull it.
The stalactites start to go into the ground and then crumble away until eventually making a nice surface. So think video game style door that just and is gone. You guys are free to leave.
Going
And
to
head
go
back
over
to
to
your
Skellington
villages.
Man. Start pushing him. Come on, let's go.
Damn it, I can't fly in here, can I?
Nope, you are back into the small, confined space, but you do have the understanding that you're near outside, so as soon as you get out there, you are able to go back to levitating and shit.
I picked a terrible time to do trash, but I just took my trash out.
Why the fuck did you...
Don't ask! Random spurt of clean.
Alright, well, the party exits. If everyone has your level 15 characters ready, I'm going to have you make some decisions and do some rolls. Your level 10 characters are technically accomplished.
So good. So good.
So,
good.
You guys have accomplished your goal. You head to where the many different tribes said that they were going to meet to find out if they either wage war with each other, to find out if they will follow you, to find out if they disperse and go back to their respective homelands and not get revenge on the heroes that had killed off the original, or the, not original, the prior leaders. This would be the time now to convince them to join you, to help strengthen them, and to help make a plan of attack. In short, what I'm getting at is we are going to have 3 kinds of roles, broken down as such: recruitment, strengthening, and leadership. The idea is you pick a style and roleplay it how across the 5 of you. If one of you wants to stand aside and not intervene, or all 5 of you want to help with it, you all decide what skill. It's up to you, as long as it's makes sense. So something like balance doesn't make sense. But if you want to impress them by doing a perform on a tightrope, then perform and balance could theoretically work. It's going to be a lot more difficult to convince people to go to war with you by doing a tightrope. But if you want to intimidate them, show them that you mean some serious fucking business, you can do an intimidate. It's up to you. Nevertheless, recruitment to figure out how strong your army's going to be. Strengthening to figure out what kind of gear they're going to be. In short, you know, if they have nothing, or if they're all decked out in fucking armor and swords, and your mages have wands and shit. Again, your choice on how you wish to accomplish this goal, and I'll tell you what roles to do. And then leadership. Basically, convincing them, or not convincing them, planning. The one part I'll give you that you guys are informed of before doing this, which will pertain more to the leadership, or really only to the leadership, is that the royalty is having a special festival for the heroes soon. The festival itself is to be guarded, but not as heavily as they would be in the city. The prime opportunity would be to wait for the festival and essentially have you guys go in and attack the festival and have the army either attack the region or maybe even attack a now less fortified fortress. It's kind of up to you if you want more of the central point of the kingdom, or if you want to make the kingdom lose a lot of its footing in the nation.
What I would like to do is split our forces between Russia and... Oh, wait.
Fair enough. But that's kind of the idea there that you get of
Make sure it's winter.
from your spies. I'm not too sure which one of you would have probably Hanzi. Probably. I doubt Brick and Mortar would have. And Azarug is a loner, so he probably wouldn't have. But that's what you got from the spies, specifically that this is the prime opportunity to kill him. Now it's just, what do you want the rest of us to do? But again, before we can get there, you have to recruit them and strengthen them. So, I'm going to put you up in a line. And I'm going to draw a quick line. If you want your character to partake in recruitment, put them past the line. I'm going to give you 2 heads up. The more people, the higher the number for requirement in terms of that, but the higher chance you have of getting there. So think, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, but at the same time, one person might roll a 5 and fail it, whereas the second person could have rolled a 15, and you would have gotten max for the 20. So you make it harder, but you also have a higher chance of success. It's up to you. Do what you feel your character would do. This is a revenge story, so...
Wait, since I'm large, can I go half and half?
Not quite.
Damn.
Brick follows Azarug.
No, you're not in a line like that. Just put yourself out.
No, not there. He's literally just...
So he's not doing anything?
He's following Azarug, yeah.
Okay.
Is he across the line or
Then
not?
just keep him in his spot, Tate. He can follow. That's fine. Don't put him behind him. The line is to represent if you're going to do a roll or not. I'm going to put a timer down that makes you decide.
I've already decided. I'm just setting it there.
Okay. In that case, then... does anyone prefer to go first? Otherwise, we're just going to go left to right.
I'll go first.
All right.
By intimidation.
So you're going to intimidate the individuals?
Yes.
How do you wish to intimidate them?
Oh, by the way, I will not be donning the mithril armor for the purposes of this.
Fair enough.
Through demonstrations via magic. Even if it is buying scrolls to perform such magic.
Alright. So you're going to intimidate them while showing off your power, all while dressed up as a chieftain. Go ahead and make your intimidation roll. Let's see how scared they are.
While also telling a story with the magic marcus. Of
All
the
right.
evil that they are.
Then I want you to roll intimidation and perform.
In that order.
Yes.
Alright, intimidation 20. Perform 19.
Very nice. You put on an amazing show, and you make them get both enthralled and frightened. They become both scared of you, but also respectful of your power. You have done pretty well. Who wishes to be next?
Before they do that, Marcus, I wish to use Medallion of Thoughts on someone in the audience.
Okay. I don't know what that does.
I can listen in on their thoughts. I'm reading their mind.
Okay. It's exactly as I said. He's just, you know, we'll say it's an orc. Just, kind of looking around, realizing everyone else is also like, this is true, chieftain. Amazing power. Kill all the humans. So yeah, like I said, respectful but frightful. Who wishes to go next?
I'll go next.
All right. How do you wish to do this?
Going to have a few bonfires scattered around a small area, and I'm gonna call for everyone to come forth. Gonna go into dragon form. I'm gonna suck up all the fire around me from those, and bellow it out on a massive pillar of flame into the sky.
Are you going for an Intimidate and Perform at the same time like I did?
No, I was just going mainly for the perform, not the intimidate.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I don't have many things I have to convince people.
Again, you could use, realistically, you could use things like, diplomacy, intimidate, perform, technically profession, and bluff. Those would all be very applicable without having to...
I have one of those. And it's not very good.
Fair enough. So if you just want to do a perform then?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, go ahead and roll it. $25
total?
Yeah, that's exactly as you said. There's plenty of ones around you. You light up these large bonfires. You look up towards the sky. You start to breathe in, and almost like some sort of fire flower, the fire kind of arches up into the sky and into your mouth until it's completely drained of them all, and you just unleash this massive pillar of fire from your being. Except it looks almost partially not just dragon fire, but infernal fire. And they are just in absolute awe. You truly must be the avatar of the fire devil.
But can he bend to air, Marcus?
He cannot. Also, not Avatar. Fairy Tale. That's what he's based on.
I originally wasn't going for that, and realized what I had chosen, what happened.
Yeah. Well, the class that you picked specifically is Fairy Tale.
I know, but I didn't realize it until someone pointed it out.
How'd you not realize it? There's even things
It's
in there
been
where
like
it was like, you can
years.
only be a 10-year-old. Which, I mean, you know, we didn't do,
Okay,
but still.
I didn't read that.
Yeah. It's like, it's not sorta, like, it specifically is the Natsu class, just not called it. Except really fucking broken, so it had to be dumbed down. Alright, lastly, Lamb, what does Glug Glug do? And you guys are using your level 15, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Glug Glug intends to go through trial by combat. Let any who would stand in my way of leadership come and fight me.
Deal.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure we're doing a co-leadership thing? If you want to, then that's
Right.
fine, but...
It was just a joke.
Alright, Lamb, I want you to roll me and intimidate first and foremost.
Probably not gonna go well.
If you want, we have a dice up here by your guys' miniatures.
14.
I brought over a d20 just because I knew we were gonna do rolls. It's like,
Yeah,
why go all the
I-
way over there?
I didn't see that one over there, else would have done it.
Alright, and then I want you to roll me a, I want you to roll me a strength and a con.
A con. Oh, that was a strength check. 8 on strength. Are you fucking kidding me? 13 on con.
Alright, go ahead and put your character pieces back behind, and then decide who is going to partake in acquiring gear. In short, this would be looting, searching, or pillaging. So it's a little bit more open, but you can use skills like search as an example to just find, sleight of hand to steal, or we'll have you roll again a strength and a con, or if you're going to use bow, dex and con, to attack caravans that are just moving stuff. So decide who wants to help partake in strengthening this army, as I do math to find out how big it is.
Is there only a certain amount of these we can participate in?
That's my question as well.
You guys got enough? No, you can do them all if you want. You guys got enough for the whole
Then,
clans.
honestly, I see no
Yeah.
reason why all 5 of us shouldn't be trying to strengthen the army. Through whatever means we so desire.
Brick, you're with me. Stay over there.
Just keep your piece in its spot.
You and me are running raids on caravans. Let's fucking do this.
Stop mixing up.
So, again, does anyone want to go first? Otherwise, we will just go down the line. Since it's already decided Glug Glug and Brick and Mortar, you guys go at the same time, but still. Would anyone prefer to go first?
Yes.
Alright. How are you going to do this? If you're soloing it, you're soloing it. Again, if any of you are working together, like specifically together, you're going to go at the same time.
I will be mining for raw materials for us to use.
Okay. How are you going to use the raw materials?
To use for crafting weapons.
No.
Possibly armor.
Like, who's going to smith it?
Areem, wait. I can enchant them,
If-
Noah, but I can't craft them.
If you wish to have part of your army do it, that is going to be a diplomacy check or an intimidation check. As far as mining goes, that will probably be a strength check mixed with a search check. Or spot. Search or spot.
Got it. So I'll intimidate them into working on this, and I'll be mining the material with profession.
Alright, profession would work as well. So what was the profession?
Profession's 24, diplomacy's 10.
All right. You are able to get a fine amount of materials, and they are working on them, although not quickly. You got the job done, but they clearly were expecting more of just go out and steal it than to actually make it. But they understand that that's currently being done, and this is just a side project to make sure that if you can't find anything, we got to make it. So, they understand. Moving on, who would like to be next?
Let's get me and Tate over with.
Alright, the two of you are doing that, so I've given you both a die. So, Tate, I don't know where your hand is at, if you want to bring it over here.
Probably in his pants.
I'm in his
It was.
characters. Tate.
It was,
Over here.
but it was digging
This-
bricks out.
There you go. First, since you guys are attacking, I want you to roll me a strength for attacking the caravans. Damn, Brick. Alright, Lamb, what'd you get?
19.
Bricks throwing bricks.
Tate, what did you get?
9.
Alright, and now roll your con. You too, Tate. Lamb, what'd you get?
24.
And Tate?
20. The heck is your con, Lamb?
Plus 8.
Much like how your level 15 Tate has that belt and shit, so that his strength is a plus like fucking
7.
7. That's what he's got going on with like con and whatnot as well.
Yeah. Con is,
Hey.
as a dragon shaman, con is my like main stat.
Alright. Yeah, you guys are able to attack many caravans. And the kingdom at this point is well aware of an increasing threat of monsters. Nevertheless, they still intend to have their party. Potentially a few less guards on the outskirts, now that there has been plenty of weapons that have been stolen. Whoever would like to go next? Alright. How do you wish to strengthen this army, Jared?
Rather than raiding caravans, I am just going to go to people's houses and,
Steal?
yes, maybe poison some people along the way.
Alright. Roll me a move silently and a sleight of hand. What'd you get on the move silently?
43.
43? Holy shit.
You get all the things.
Alright,
Jesus
and
Christ.
go ahead and roll your sleight of hand.
I swear to God, if that's a 42 or some shit.
28.
Jared just wins.
Yeah. Alright. you were able to find many things. And as you were stealing from different homes and poisoning some guards, which is just really strange for the kingdom. They don't understand why so many individuals are losing their weapons or getting poisoned. They feel that there must be an uprising, maybe from an assassin's guild. And now the guards have gone out into the towns and have begun to search. And you found this to be the perfect opportunity to sneak into one of the royal armaments. Your allies told you that's pretty dangerous, and you told them, I got it. You got in, you loaded up as many weapons as you could onto one of their carts, and you rode in like the triumphant anti-hero that you are, with weapons abound. Kelb, how are you helping?
Well, I will be helping by gathering information from the army and other, at least semi-allied forces, as in ones that aren't going to attack me on sight.
Okay. As you go around using magic to make yourself appear like you're not part of the horde itself, as well as some general knowledge of things like don't stay around too long, ask the more drunker individuals inside of bars instead of, whatever. You were able to go around and get information. Let's find out how good of information. I want you to...
Marcus, the information I am specifically looking for is buried treasure, maps of treasure, caches of items that may have been stored for armies or whatnot in the heat of battle if they need equipment.
Okay.
Along with any small dungeon stuff that I can easily get in and out of within, a couple hours, using distraction tactics of summoning monsters and going into mist form to get to the chests or whatever and get out.
Okay. In that case, I want you to roll me a gather information and or a listen check. If you prefer to be the one getting the info, or be the one that's kind of setting up a scenario and then just eavesdropping, whichever one you would prefer.
I was thinking, honestly, both. Listening in when I can in bars, and then talking to drunks after. It seems like there's nothing else to listen to.
Sure. Go ahead and roll both.
Ouch.
Oof.
After information, that's a 14 in total still.
Okay.
Listen is 20.
Alright, I want you all to select now who's gonna give leadership speeches, I guess is how we'll say it. Who is going to help set up a plan and get this large army to follow it, and not just you just armed a bunch of creatures and sent them out on their merry way, but rather attacking strategic positions, or again, if you want it where while you guys take care of the festival, they are actively taking over the kingdom. Or maybe both. However you wish to do it. I'm going to do math real quick. If you wish, just real quickly, amongst the five of you, say which one you would prefer. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it does for my role, so it's up to you which you prefer.
I missed a slight bit of that. What's this for?
Leadership of the army.
Ah.
And from the sounds of it, only one of us can lead the army?
No, you all technically are leading, but all of you five are going off to attack the heroes and the royalty, while the rest of them are either attacking strategic points, attacking anywhere, attacking the capital, the Dwarven home city, or you are able to do a combination of the three. That's the three realistic strategies you would do. So, do you want to take the main point? Do you want to take the supporting points? Or do you just want to cause chaos everywhere? Which means you probably won't take the capital, less likely to take the strategic points, but the kingdom in and of itself will definitely have issues. So it's up to you. If you're curious, amongst all you guys, your army is not only fully decked out, it is fully decked out with a combination of much more rare items. There are different troops. You probably give it to the more cannon fodder ones. The ones that are more feeble or dying already. But there are obviously just your typical steel and whatnot. But you've even given some of your ones that you are entrusting to be your kind of second in commands, mithril, adamantine, magical items. You guys well exceeded the number needed for a full decked out. So they aren't just fully decked out, they are fully decked out plus some.
Yeah, speaking of magic, Marcus, since I am technically an enchanter with Azeroth, if I sit out on this, can I sit around and further magic-ize some of the items?
We'll say that was part of why the items are magical.
Alright.
So, is anyone else wishing to partake in speaking to the troops and or telling them what the final plan is? Or is it just going to be these two? I'll take that as it's just going to be these two. Now, before I have these two do their little bit, what do you guys want to do as your plan of attack?
So, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Hang on. Before we do that part, the five of you discuss real quickly. You can keep your two guys down. The five of you tell me what you want as your strategy, so I can write it down. Like, what will the army do while you do your thing? That would be probably a group decision. It's just these two have to be the ones to make sure it happens.
I would just say take out supply lines while we're taking out leadership.
Your army is quite large. It wouldn't be just supply lines. Like, you could probably have them go take
out bad bricks. Bad towns.
Yeah.
Take points, stop things from going between those points. Like,
right. I mean, like, you could have them take on the full-on capital if you wanted. Or you could even have, like, it's that big. Or you could have it take on, like, a lot of the cities connected to the capital. So basically ruining what you're saying, the entire trade route. Like, you wouldn't just take out the trade routes. You'd be taking out the towns.
crash the economies. Do it.
Yeah, essentially, like,
You could tack all the high priority points and just everything so that the army gets thinned out.
Right, you could literally do that. You could have most of them attack all the high priority points, and then have some other ones just go to random towns and villages. That's what I'm saying. What do you want them to do? You don't have like a 5-man army you're leading. You're leading a lot of troops. Think what was it? Hobbit 3 or whatever? The big orc army and all that shit. Or think Lord of the Rings 3, like the massive orc army that was beating the humans till the fucking ghost people came in or whatever. Like, you guys are leading a big army.
Oh shit, let's take a few forts.
See, I'd actually prefer to take out some of the smaller towns, forcing them to actually respond to that situation, bringing some of the guards from said forts or bigger cities to help try to guard and aid them in those towns, lowering their forces elsewhere.
Let's be fair too. My guy's not a moron, but he isn't high strategy, so.
Where does strategy fall under
So-
wisdom?
Bit of both.
I mean, kind of both. Intelligence would be the stat to use if you wanted to know what the strategies or tactics of war would be. Wisdom would be the stat you would use to make the correct call, so to say. In a sense, it's kind of like having a high intelligence means you know how to shoot a cannon and how to shoot a harpoon, but wisdom tells you which one would be smarter in this situation.
Both at the same time!
That would make you a smart character, yes.
I felt sarcastic.
No, that's actually real Marcus' opinion, that knowledge and wisdom are two halves of a same coin, so someone that thinks they don't need wisdom and all they need to know is how to read a book is not actually a smart person. They're just really good at reading information. Doesn't mean anything if you don't use it.
Well, regardless,
Nevertheless,
I do feel like we should be attacking smaller towns with some of the troops, lowering the forces at other major encampments to then take them.
We send strong guys to take out supplies and forts and things, and we send our weaker units to cause chaos in villages.
So Ohanzi brings up, do Azarug's plan and Gluglug's plan at the same time, or perhaps Azarug's plan, due to how he worded it, to be done first, so then the forts get weakened, and Gluglug's plan then happens. Does that sound good to the entire party?
Sounds good to me.
Make chaos and war.
Disarray is usually your best ally in war.
This is why you cut off the head.
Yeah, if they don't have their act together, they can't really do much about it.
It's also easier to sneak around with less guards.
Alright,
Also true.
so
Not a problem with your 43 roll earlier.
Gluglug,
Look, 25 is my highest stat, and it's in stealth.
Gluglug, and Brick and Mortar. This is getting close to the night that the five of you will head off to the festival point in order to surprise attack it. Once you guys head off, this would also enact the plan for the army to disperse and go about doing your plan. The plan, in short, is that while you guys, in a couple days' time, are attacking this festival, or technically more than a couple days, couple weeks' time, are attacking the festival, they will be having a lot of the more less equipped soldiers attacking local villages and routes to make the troops leave their forts and have the more equipped soldiers take over said forts. I don't care if the two of you wish to speak at the same time together, or if one of you wants to talk and then the other one wants to talk, but Brick and Mortar, as well as Gluglug, this is your guys' opportunity to give me some sort of here's the plan to the soldiers, / leadership hoorah to the soldiers. And after you give your little whatever you want to say to them, I will tell you what roll to make. So if it's just go out there, go kill people, and you lot go wait for them and then attack their forts when they leave. That would be diplomacy, although I wouldn't use my wording. but that would be like a diplomacy. If you want to lie, you could say, this group of troops, you're doing the easy job of attacking the forts, but this group of troops, you're doing the much harder job of attacking the townspeople. That would probably be a bluff because it's kind of reverse, but however you wish to go about it. So, the two of you decide, and then go ahead. Make your speech. Let me ask this. Do the two of you want to go at the same time?
I mean, I'd planned to go on my own, but if Tate wants to hop in on that, then...
Tate, would Brick and Mortar let Glug Glug give a speech and then jump in on it and say something of his own? Or would he want to talk while Glug Glug is talking?
Kind of during breaks. Brick and Mortar, proud of you coming up with flaming brick throwers.
Okay.
They're awesome.
Here's how we'll do this then. Lamb, I want you to say something and then pause for Tate and say something and pause for Tate.
Right.
So, go ahead.
So, I would do this in character, but it's gonna really fucking hurt my throat.
Don't worry about doing it in character.
As much as I enjoy, quote-unquote, the voice I do for kobolds and shit.
Oh yeah, it's like how I love doing this voice.
I actually really enjoy doing my halfling voice, but...
Oh, I enjoy my gnome voice and my Oxmenos, but pressing on my throat hurts.
Yeah. Wow, I had this ready to go a few seconds ago, and now it's fucking gone. The time has come, dear soldiers, for us to teach those worthless manlings what it's like to be truly helpless without their own people behind them. Kate, if you want to hop in now, this time.
And by truly helpless, we mean flaming bricks setting everything they have on fire. They'll have nowhere to go.
While we go cut off their leadership, many of you will be out attacking the helpless townspeople who have no real chance of stopping you. Did.
And even if they have a chance of stopping you, they can't stop all of you.
And those of you who are better off in a fight, in a fair fight, are going to be dealing with anyone who's going to try and stand in their way.
Just break them good.
You all probably already understand what your jobs are, not going to lie.
What's my job again?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Right, you guys, just remember, listen to him, he's smart.
I hope you're not pointing
I
at
have
me when you
bricks.
say that.
Okay, that was Brick's closing words. Lamb, your closing words?
I don't...
Like,
It's podcast.
for the Horde, down with man.
This is Sparta.
Whatever.
Sure, let's go with
This is
down
Sparta.
man.
Down
For
with
the
man.
bricks.
Alright, that one I want you to do in your voice, though.
Down with filthy manlings!
Okay. I want both of you to roll me a diplomacy.
I'm sorry. That's why I didn't want to do the voice through the whole thing.
The voice was fine. It was the volume of which the voice was done.
The voice comes out higher than normal because of the
Sounds about
pitch.
right.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Hang on now. Keep those ones there. Roll
What the fuck?
the 2 that are right here as well.
What was this first roll again for?
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Fuck.
All right. So, Lamb, what was your first roll?
10.
No bonus or anything.
No.
All right. Tate.
6.
I haven't gone and picked out all my items yet. I might go get another Eon Stone, but that can wait.
Nobody believe me about the brick fall.
Honestly, I'm thinking about at this point just calling them ion stones.
Hey,
Eon
Lamb, do you have
stones?
intimidation?
What was that?
Do you have intimidation?
Yes, but it's not great.
Do you have
Or is that the
what's your
second
charisma score?
0.
Oh, that makes sense for diplomacy. What's your perform? Not 0.
My intimidate is 4.
My intimidate is 6.
All right, we'll go with intimidation for Glug Glug. Tate, what is your perform?
Nothing.
What is your diplomacy?
5.
What is your intimidate?
6.
I have a bluff of 8, but that wouldn't.
I guess we'll go with intimidate for you as well. So, Lamb, what's your intimidate?
Is that the first one or the second one?
Second one.
8.
Same
Well-
for you, Tate. All right, we'll see how well that handles. It is 4:33 in the morning. Not to put a timestamp on it, but next game.
content.
Next game, we will be on the next board, which I will load up real quickly for you all to see. Yep, go ahead and save this one. I mean, it's not a bad map to reuse if we want, so...
Marcus, can I
Yeah.
craft
Build
a brick real
headquarters here.
quick to hopefully impress people?
Sure, craft a brick.
Actually, no. You know what,
Rise, my demon dice, rise!
Marcus? You know what my closing statement is?
Oh, it didn't even roll.
What?
Lightning breath.
Okay. What'd you get, Tate?
22.
Maximized cone lightning breath.
All right.
Maximize brick making.
Brick reaches into his fanny pack, pulls out a lump of clay, forms it very quickly into what looks like a human, tosses it up into the air on fire, and unbeknownst to him, Glug Glug then looks at it and just lets out an ultimate lightning breath at it, exploding it into little bits and pieces. You think it helped morale the troops with destroying the humans. Yeah. I gave you a couple extra points for it. So, are you good,
About
Kel?
my lightning breath, which is depressing.
Was saving? Yeah.
All right. Here we go. I don't know if I can load it.
Did we have this issue before? At some point for some fucked up reason?
Yeah.
What do we have to do? Devote you and repromote you or some shit?
No, it won't work.
Save and load button is just like completely disabled for you, or
I'm clicking. No, not saving. Loading the other map. I'm clicking on the map and it's not coming up.
For the purposes of trying to load it.
Yeah. I click on it. It shows load cancel. I click load. It pauses for a brief second and then it doesn't work. Alright, well, I guess it'll be a surprise until next game. If you want to end stream/recordings, and then I'm going to bring up a question to y'all.
Yeah, don't leave yet. Stay here.
For when we're doing this.
Yeah, I have no idea, Marcus. Looking through the options,
Yeah.
I don't see anything that got disabled, and it's a more recent issue we've had, so I have no idea.